Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome today to a deck profile with Lightsworn Eldlich, a deck that many of you have been requesting to see. I know I haven't done a deck profile on it, but I've been playing, obviously, in tournaments with this deck. I played the LCS with it. I played in Crush Card Cup with it for 2 rounds already. So I guess I'm definitely going to spill my list now, and without further ado, we'll go right into the deck profile. So the first thing in terms of hand trap lineup, I play 3 Ashe, 3 Imperm, and then 2 Bell. So Ashe is like pretty much self-explanatory. Imperm is kind of self-explanatory. The reason why I play Imperm is because I've been playtesting the rock deck quite a bit. Like, I also know how to play the rock deck, and the thing is that Imperm is very impactful against that deck, and if they don't draw like insane, like one Imperm can literally like stop their whole turn. So yeah, that it kind of reminds me of Spiral in that essence, where like literally sometimes one hand trap is enough, but like you don't want to be caught like dead without a hand trap, because you're literally gonna get like FTK'd by the rock deck. And then you play the 2 Bell. So Bell is like a really good card for the mirror, because it negates red and it also negates white, which prevents Lord access. It has like a lot of applications where it prevents your card from getting DD crowed, it prevents your stuff from getting called by. So I think Bell has a lot of really good application. And Shuping, shout out to Shuping, he was the person who like told me to play this hand trap, and after testing I realized this hand trap is like actually insane. Then we go into like the power cards of the deck. It's 3 Extravagance and 3 Charge. Charge is like absolutely insane. It literally mills for cost. So that's like nuts, because if you mill like red, for example, you can like chain link 2 red, so that you can like set a land, so you don't have to banish. So you kind of like lower your chances of hitting a land off of Raiden. So that's why it's like kind of like nice. And so I like Charge a lot. It's like literally a power card. And then you play like the 2 targets, which is Raiden and Lila. So Raiden's like obviously really good. It essentially says mill 7 with Charge, and it's also a tuner, which is like really helpful, because it lets you make 2 really powerful synchro 9s, which we'll go into like later into the deck profile. And then you play Lila. Lila is actually like insane, because going second, this card can like bait out the counter trap in the mirror, or can bait out Conquistador, because it's public knowledge where they set those cards. Like you know exactly how to like bait out which cards with Lila. So it's like a really good MST, because also at the end phase you'll get like a mill 3 just for free. So I really like Lila, and it also plays around there can only be 1. Not that this deck like super struggle against it, but it's like spellcaster, so like it outs like really weird floodgates and like really weird back row cards. So Lila is like really nice. And then the next cards you have are like the 3 Lord. That's mandatory. You max out on Lord, even though I've seen lists play 2, is because you want to mill Lord, because milling Lord like lets you not neg by like, and what I mean by that is like you don't want to use Lord effect from hand to like send itself and other spell and traps, like send your own cards. Like sometimes you do, and sometimes that's like most critical play, but like milling Lord is like really good, because then you can send like a white, black, or red to like get a interruption. Then you play the 3 Eldland. Eldland's like obviously like just insane. There's not much to say about it. You play a higher like elixir count, even though I don't want to play like 2 and 2. You play more just because you want to increase your chances of hitting a mill. And what I mean by that, if you count, there's 3 Lord, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 elixirs, so that's 10. Then you have 3 lands of Conquistador, 3 Haquero, and then 1 Guardian. So you have literally 17 cards that literally plus you if you mill. So like you draw 5 cards, so you're at 35 cards that's in your deck. That means like literally half of your deck, 17 out of 35, you have a 50% chance of hitting a mill, and that chances increases every time you mill. If you miss. So like it's absolutely like the nuts. Like it's really hard for you not to like hit. Like you have a 50% chance to like hit. That's how like I wanted to like increase the odds, and playing the 2 extra like targets, like the extra white and the extra black, is really nice, because hitting those means you're guaranteeing yourself a disruption. And then I play the 1 counter trap. I think that in testing I realized that like you can actually probably get away with 2 counter trap, and then the flex spot will probably be like 1 of the white or 1 of the black, but that's like completely up to you. You can also like cut the bells and then play the second forever. I personally like it at 1, and I've been okay with it at 1, but I think that sometimes you want, if you mill the counter trap, then and then essentially you lose access to like a second one, so like that can definitely hurt. And then you play the 3 Conquistador, the 3 red, the 3 Aquarel, and then the 1 Guardian. So Guardian's one of the cards you can cut out for like the second forever as well. And that's, I want to give you guys this flexibility to like truly make this deck your own. And so that's why like this is what I play, but I like, you know, like you get to like tutor it the way you want it to see your deck. Then you play the 1 of Skill Drain. It's just a power card. It's literally like an auto win, but it's like a red reboot going first. Like there's no reason not to play. It's literally you activate and you auto win against the rock deck. And then you have the 2 double Call by the Grave. This is like really good for the mirror. It's good against the rock deck too, because you hit their block dragon even going first, because when they try to break apart your board, the block dragon is one of the key cards they do. And if you just Call by the Grave the block dragon as they like try to link it off and chain block, you just literally win the game. So like Call by the Grave is insane. For the extra deck, you play double Pallades, double Glusoft Max. This is just because you want to not hit it off of the Extravagance, so you play double of these because they're important. You play the 1 Gangradai just because sometimes it comes up, the 1 Bleeb, the 1 Link Spider, and then the 1 Imduk. Not a lot of people know about this card, but this card is like absolutely insane. It has an effect where if it during damage step, if it battles a monster that this card points to, so kind of like Anima, it'll literally just destroy the card. Like non-target, just destroys, which is like really nice, because it punishes the opponent for like essentially misplacing their monsters, even though you don't play Anima. So like Imduk's like basically a pseudo Anima, which is what I really like. And then you have essentially a Phoenix and a Unicorn. Unicorn is nice because there are situations where sometimes you want to just shuffle back their block dragon, and the Unicorn lets you out that without triggering block dragon, so it's really nice. The 1 BLS, because in the mirror, BLS is literally FTK. Like having a lot of like interruption alongside BLS is like just insane. They spend so much resources to get rid of BLS, and then at some point they just, if they lose all their resources or their double Lord is banished, then they just can't out BLS with 4500 attack. You play the 1 Lambda over Vampire Sucker because Lambda is more generic. Because you play the Lightsworn engine, there's some times where you want to link off the land and a like there's sometimes you want to link off like Lord plus like a Lightsworn monster, and like you can make Vampire Sucker with that, so you play Lambda instead. And you play a Akashic Magician just because you want to out your opponent's BLS. It also like is like really nice because sometimes they can out like the opponent's Appaloosa, and like if they negate Akashic Magician with Appaloosa, like you can use the second effect to like excavate cards. So that's really nice too. So that's like another situation that comes up, and excavating obviously gives you a plus. So like Akashic Magician can like bait out a lot of interruptions. Then you play the Vermilion Dragon Mech. A lot of people know this card. It's absolutely like insane. You can banish like Bell or Ash, and then pop a card on the field, and then if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add Ash or Bell back. So like it's literally the nuts. It also lets you recycle Raiden, obviously, if it gets popped, which is like really cool. There's actually a scenario where sometimes I use Conquistador to pop my own Vermilion just to add back an Ash. Like literally, like it was like the nuts. Like I literally was like, okay, I don't think a pop is gonna do much here, so I'd rather get Ash just in case, because like I can't Ash like a Desires, but like I can't Conquistador Desires, but I can Ash Desires, for example. Or like sometimes like I lose access to like a way to banish his like card, so like I'm like, dang, I need to get Ghost Bell to my hand, so I'll go like I'll banish, pop his card, then pop itself, like add back Bell, and there's like, it's like really nuts. So like there's really cool cute plays you can do. And then you play the new Ravenous Crocosaurus Archetis, which is the new card that's coming out. This card is really nice because you can make it with like Raiden and a land, and like you essentially get a free draw 1. Because you draw cards equal to the amount of non-tune is used for the Synchro Summon. And then it's nice because as a quick effect where you can discard 2 cards and then pop 1 on the field, and this is like super valuable because like when you discard, like you genuinely just plus from that interaction. So it's like really neat to have Crocosaurus, and like you can like obviously discard Lord, etc. So like this card is like really nice, and I like this card a lot. It's a really good addition to like the level 9 Synchro Tune box or like toolbox. Then we go into the side deck. It's like 3 Spirit Mode. Like not much to say about this. Like even though you have 2 normal summons in the deck, and so like having 3 more is like fine, and you're not always normally reliant on the normal summon. So like Spirit Mode is like perfectly fine. Like against the rock deck, I just side out the Lila, and then so like it's just like so good. And then like you play the 3 evenly match. I think evenly match is like key because you want to evenly match like the back row decks that are still around. And what I mean by that is like Guru and Geist. Like a lot of people are still playing those decks, and like you want to be able to like just essentially have like a win button against them. And so evenly match is like really nice. It also is like really good against the mirror, but like it's like actually okay against the mirror because most good players will actually play around evenly match. Like you'll never evenly match them for more than like 1 or 2 cards at most. So like evenly match is like always like an okay card to side, just because they do get the ability to choose. But of course then you play the 3 Cosmic Cyclone, which is like the nut. So like just side deck wise, like 3, like you always side in 3 evenly, 3 Cosmic against like the mirror. But sometimes like you don't even side evenly match, so you just like 3 Cosmic and then 2 Judgment, and then that's like usually fine, so you don't ruin your engine. And so like I would take out, for example, like 3 Imperm, put in 3 Cosmics against the mirror, and then I'll take a double Judgment, I'll take out a Skill Drain, and I'll take out a probably one of the black or like 1 Guardian, and then that's it. 5 cards side in. I keep my engine consistent, and then I have more cards to like win in the mirror. So like that's something, just like some side deck theory for you guys. And then I against like the rock deck, for example, let's say I'm going first, like I just side in like 3 summon limit and then 2 solemns and an IO, just so I don't lose. So if you guys notice, like I usually only side 5 to 6 cards in and out of my deck just so I don't lose consistency, and I play literally like the maximum in terms of like consistency. And then yeah, double Judgment is insane. The reason why I like double Judgment is because like it lets you play around like blowout cards, but also because in the mirror, like having an extra solemn Judgment or extra counter trap really like because the opponent usually don't expect it, and because they don't expect it, it lets you outplay a lot of interactions. Then you have like the 1 IO, that's just like against like Lightning Storm, because that's like a really big blowout card. And then it's just 3 summon lane because going first it's like an FTK against a rock deck. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You know, whether or not you want to play this, like let me know if you would play this Lightsworn Eldlich deck. And I'll also have in the description box below a dueling book link to this deck, so you guys can just download it and don't waste time you know, just like typing it all in. Definitely make your own take on this, and like comment in the comment section below your version of this list. I want to see what you guys, you know, like would play, like the spice you would add, like the side deck cards you would add, like cards that I wouldn't think of. And like I think that's like really valuable for all of us. And without further ado, guys, have a good one. Stay safe. Peace.